What's up, guys? Happy Friday from Seattle. Looks like it's gonna be a beautiful day today, but just wait 10 minutes and the weather will change, I'm sure. So a lot of you guys were asking me about my music, and I don't use this. If I have to play CDs, I'll plug this in. But I use my old Galaxy S3 that has a bunch of problems, but it does great hooked up to Wi-Fi playing my Pandora here. I guess I'll tell you about my stereo. I have an amp down there, just an old, what is it? Who makes this thing? JVC amp. It's sitting on top of my subwoofer. It has a 12-inch subwoofer and then a passive 15-inch. And then I've got two stereo speakers up in the corners. And yeah, it sounds pretty damn good. But anyway, when I first started my shop, the first thing that I did was I paid for Pandora 1 prescription. And I haven't regretted it. It's been 5 years now of thumbs upping and thumbs downing songs, and yeah, all my channels are pretty dope. I don't have to touch them anymore. So I'll show you some of my channels here. Thumbprint Radio is new, and Thumbprint Radio has been blowing my socks off because it'll play like bangers only, like stuff that I've thumbs up, or it really thinks that I'm gonna like it. But the thing about Thumbprint Radio, and it might be a Pandora 1 exclusive, I don't know, but it'll play like 4 songs in the same genre back to back, and then it'll transition into a new genre super smooth. It's like having a personal DJ. It blows my mind. Like, it's like if I would set up a playlist, it would usually be like this. So some of my other some of my other favorite radio stations are Bonobo. I like Dell a lot. Instrumental. I just made this channel. I'm not really too up and up on what that is, but I think it's some more electronica music. Be Legit. Mr. Oizzo Radio is super dope for some extra energy. His music is kind of hyper and crazy, and I love that shit when I really need to get stuff done. Death Grips is like my new shit for like working out, or just feel like going nuts on something. Death Grips is hot. Okay, so here's one of my favorites, Eye of the Tiger Radio. I made this channel just based off this song, but it plays nothing but those, ballads from like, those rock ballads. And if I have zero energy and I really need to pull one out of my ass, I put on Eye of the Tiger Radio and shit gets done, guaranteed, son. And then Wagon Christ Radio is really upbeat, and I think I've been listening to that on some of my videos. And then I like Radiohead, and of course Jay Dilla. The blues, sometimes I get the blues. It has its time and place, and there's some amazing music in there. And smooth jazz, not smooth jazz. I'm thinking jazz essentials. Where's my jazz essentials? I use jazz essentials when those fancy customers come in, with the high class, the doctors and the lawyers, and they think I'm all super classy. Fooled them. And this is for sexy time. Ambient music. Yeah, Fela. Okay, Fela. This is one of my favorites. It's like ambient soundscape, amazing. I've probably listened to this way too much, but make a Fela station. You won't regret it. So that should be enough on the music for now. I mean, if you guys have any suggestions for music, let me know, because I'm getting kind of stagnant listening to the same stuff on Pandora, just like you guys said. Yeah, I'm actually trying to look for some non licensed music, that I can listen to and not have to worry about the music getting taken off the channel. I don't know if something like that exists. Like maybe Pandora has a region-free station or something like that. Would be really handy. Yeah, let me show you else what's going on in the shop. So the Audi's in here getting the valve cover replaced. This is all hot newness. And Yeah, so took off the intake manifold, which was a motherfucker. You have to put it in a service mode so you get some room here because the thing comes forward and out. I think you can sneak it out, but then it was almost impossible to get to these bolts down here at the intake manifold anyway. But I'm gonna clean that all up and put the intake manifold back on. So here's the manifold. Look at this look at all this torque, just bam. But here's the problem. Apparently you can't get this aftermarket. You probably can, but I don't know. I didn't search around enough. But the aftermarket should really make a replaceable, because I see the bolts in here. You can take it out, but Audi doesn't sell it. Worldpac doesn't sell it. So I just went ahead and got new parts, new shit. And the whole bumper had to come off, which, good times, right? Sorry, but I had to drop that dirty bass on y'all. Dirty bass. Yeah, so I get to work on this now. And it's kind of a frustrating job, so I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to record while I'm doing this. But you guys can hang out with me for a little while, I suppose. And once again, I gotta say, thanks for the comments. The feedback is great. I'm having a lot of fun doing this. And yeah, general positivity coming from right here. People are saying it's entertaining. That's fucking awesome. Because I love to be entertained too, and if I can provide that, then I am super humble. That's amazing. So let's see. Yeah, these guys here. So like I said, I got Pandora, one of the first things that I did when I started my shop. Because yeah, music is super important to me. You'll catch me in here dancing by myself. Yeah, I used to do that a lot more. Like I freestyle, and I started doing that. How long have I been doing that dumb shit for? I don't know. I got decent at it maybe 6 years ago. Before that I was fucking garbage, and then all of a sudden I could just kind of do it, and it became super satisfying and fun. You know how you're trying to do it in the shower and you just suck and you hate your life, you hate yourself, you're like, I'm not talented, how do people do that kind of thing? And I don't know, I just studied it, thought about it, and listened to other people like legit freestyling. And then I don't know, it just kind of clicked where I could kind of rhyme. And so yeah, music is super important to me. I do like to dance, like I said. And if you don't and you hate it, I feel kind of bad for you, because it's joyous. And even if you suck, do it anyway. And try to find that joy. It's a massive ability for me to find my joy in my life is through dancing. Even though I'm old now and I can't do it for shit because I'm fat, and I still like to do it. Oh, it's something here. So yeah, I challenge you. Next time you're at a wedding, or somebody invites you to the club or whatever, just go fucking nuts. It's super fun. Because I'm going to subject you to some dancing someday. If I get brave enough on these videos, you might see some Running Man. You might see some grinding. So yeah, I'd like to apologize for that right now. Yeah, this is Fiji Ouija, The Mentalist. This song is some good stuff right here. So yeah, have a drink and don't give a shit about what people think. So go to the wedding this summer and get down with your bad self. That's the trick, is not giving a fuck about what people think. That's how I can make my videos. That's how I can freestyle rap. That's how I can enjoy myself. There's a time to care what people think, and then there's a time to not care what people think. Don't spend all your time not giving a fuck, because people care about you too, and you should listen to them. Why the fuck am I talking about all this philosophical nonsense? What should we talk about? So yeah, I think music is a good subject for today's topic. Yeah, that's the subject for today is music and Pandora. But if you guys have suggestions for conversation topics, I can just work and talk about whatever the fuck. Like what I think of Hillary Clinton. No, I don't want to talk about that. Politics, please no. Please no politics, but I will. I'm pretty open, so if you guys make suggestions, I'll consider it and at least say something about a subject. Otherwise, you're just gonna hear me talk about random stuff, like the first time you saw porn. Yeah, you want to hear about the first time I saw porn? I'll tell you stories like that, and I want to hear in the comments section. I want to read in the comment section about how you got your hands on your first porn. I think that would be a tremendous video. So if you guys support that, let me know. And I'll tell you all kinds of weird stuff like that. And when was the first time I saw porn? I don't know, but the first time when it comes to mind, like when was my first major experience with like, oh my god, naked ladies? Oh dude, it was even further back than I thought. I think my dad left a penthouse on the top of the toilet, the back of the toilet in the bathroom. I went in, God, how old was I? I was young. I was like 6 years old or 7 years old. I totally forgot about that. And I was so shocked. I got in there and I was like, what's this magazine? And then I opened the page and there was boobs. And I was like, I'm not supposed to see this. I know I'm not supposed to see this. This is hot. This is fun. It was all glossy. Back then, back in the 80s, Penthouse was putting out some fine publications. So it was all the Penthouse fuzz, you know? It wasn't like clear shots. It was bush everywhere. Every page had tons of bush. I think maybe that's why I'm a bush guy these days. Not the beer, by the way. But yeah, that was an amazing moment. I mean, I sat in there and I was like, I thumbed through the whole thing, but then I was out of there. And then I remember it never showed up again. And I wonder if they realized. I was like, oh, I could get in trouble for having seen that. I thought that was pretty good. And then after that, it was like the neighbor's dad had a whole bunch of them he had Playboys in his garage. And one day we just found it. We were going all through it. Yeah, that was back in the day. But yeah. Anyway. So that's today's video, and thanks for joining me. Again, it was kind of silly and wacky, but hopefully that's entertaining for everybody. Yeah, we could talk more about porn later, or whatever subjects you want. Just thanks for joining me, seriously, and happy Friday once again, or Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever day you happen to see this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.